A moment can change your life. The Thin Threads collection of life-changing moments. We've all experienced thin thread moments, a moment in life where we feel like we're barely hanging on. But we can learn that even in the thinnest threads, there is hope in the power of getting through difficult times. In Mary Ann's story, we learn of her personal strength and how she overcame one of life's most difficult challenges.
My thin thread moment was shortly after I was first diagnosed, when I was waiting for my doctor to let me know what my protocol would be. And my fear at that time was mastectomy. So when she called and told me that I did in fact need to have a mastectomy to save my life, I realized in that moment that I was stronger than at any other time in my life. Churchill, Thoreau, St. Paul, and moi. 2004 seemed to be the year of thin threads, moment after moment in which life felt as if it were ready to come apart, and yet didn't. Somehow, each thread knitted itself to the next, making a lifeline stronger than anything I'd ever dreamed possible. A breast cancer diagnosis at age 39 and a subsequent stroke during the chemotherapy that followed made for an interesting year to turn 40. The turning point for me, the thinnest thread moment, came early on, when I had already received my diagnosis, had undergone a tremendous amount of baseline testing, and had had a sentinel node biopsy to determine the stage of my cancer and the course of treatment. Fearing for my breast and dreading the M word, I had convinced myself that I was going to escape with the lumpectomy I had already had. Well, all that visualization went right out the window the moment my surgeon phoned with the results. The cancer had spread to my lymph nodes, and my entire breast was full of cancer. Mastectomy was necessary in order to live. My best friend was at my house when I got that call. I cried while I was on the phone listening to the news, but when I hung up, well, I felt this incredible sense of peace and strength. I looked at my buddy and said to him, "Now that I know and don't have to wonder, I feel good. I feel strong. I feel like I can do this." He looked at me with tears in his eyes and said, "For when I am powerless, it is then that I am strong." I even wrote the words in washable marker on my belly the morning of my bilateral mastectomy, causing the entire surgical team to read the message out loud, one after another, giggling and praying, giving me more strength in that moment than they will ever know. Winston Churchill said, "If you're going through hell, keep going." Henry David Thoreau said, "When a dog runs at you, whistle for him." I say, hope lives.
Thin Threads, real stories of life-changing moments.